My name is Nancy Fox again. Medium for God, Jesus Christ, John Lennon, JFK, Richard Nixon, Princess Diana, on and on. And here, I just want to explain, by Jesus Christ, we're explaining all the jobs that are stolen, literally stolen outright, that are Nancy Fox's only, because she is my medium for me, Jesus Christ, and she is the only medium for me on earth today, as I don't communicate by anyone else but Nancy Fox. And we are boycotting in heaven here, and the other side of life, we named it by John Lennon. He calls it the other side of life, because we're still alive as we were in our earthly beings. And she's the only medium for God and me, Christ our Lord, and for St. John Lennon, except he will communicate to his family on earth from heaven. He will speak to Yoko and Julian and one other woman. And JFK, Nancy Fox is my medium and the only one on the earth. And also, she is Reagan's medium, and Richard Nixon, who she's written a million pages for, we're calling it. Many, many pages, hours and hours of writing for Richard Nixon to communicate how to stop barbaric, horrific slavery. And we're explaining to you how it is run so it can be stopped, and no one is stopping it yet. It is run underground LA County for many years, 100 years we would say. It is approximately 100 years or 1,000. It is barbaric slavery. It is run by Homo sapien Antichrist, and the leader of the ring is 6'8". He is 6'8", and his name is Ron Levine, or they call him Uncle Scotty, or is it Ron Levine? He is the leader of this, and he makes horrific clown circus snuff movies under Dodger Stadium. And they capture people and pretend and lie. It's for Uncle Ron or Uncle Scotty to take them to the circus on a ride with a lollipop. And they capture the children, and they take them there having fun. Is part of the torturing is they have lots of fun, smiling, laughing, and then suddenly they are gang raped by many men, or by a man pretending he's a nice dad who's less conservative. And they make horrific movies like this, and they are sold to the black market. So how to stop slavery is to prove this to the news media in LA County, to prove it to police sheriffs internationally, to prove it to the FBI, and to get them the crime tips is their designated job to stop exploitation of children, to stop human sex trafficking, and to stop bank robbery. And we would call it the FBI's job to stop all of this horrific slavery, and they're also the ones doing bank robbery. They have a organized crime ring under the LA County train station area, and they do counterfeiting of funds. And they copy-paste Federal Reserve checks that are sent from the White House. And they steal it by liens on Brinks trucks, and they steal mail at LAX airport in a top-secret office, and write that beautiful, lovely, productive, nice people are worthless, and rob their mail this way, and take it under the LA train station, and then they give it all away, and they hoard it. They hoard everything that is sent to save the world. Everything sent to Nancy Gale Fox, our medium, is stolen. It is sent to her for her many years, 8 years of work, stopping traffic, getting crime tips from us in heaven. She's been doing this for 7.5 years, we'll say, since fall 2005. She is diligently working, it might have been August 2005, on her angel board getting tips. And then she worked very diligently 2008 summer when stalkers came to their house at River Farm Drive, and they followed her to school and to her office place and around to ballet. Around Westlake Village, people were stalking. And they stopped in the San Fernando Valley also. And she worked very hard to figure out how they take people to slavery secretly. And she figured this out in 2008 on her angel board. And in 2009, she started emailing crime tips from Kinko's, Thousand Oaks Boulevard, and other places and libraries, etc., and faxed all over the world at the end of 2009. And many jobs have come to her because of the faxing, the work she did in 2009, the handwriting. And the jobs have been stolen. The first job came again 2005 when she bought her angel board and posted online her skilled ability, her psychic ability on the angel board she posted, and a job came because she sent that information out to the world. And that's how her business always goes as a costume designer, realtor, planting seeds, sending resumes, sending it out, and then the abundance flows in. Well, the abundance keeps flowing in and keeps being ripped off by the devils in Los Angeles. So the job came 2005 because she posted online to Angel Board Alliance, and the job was stolen from China. A China spiritual woman sent her a job with funds, and it was stolen from River Farm Drive front door in 2005, July or so, or September, or both, and from the Thousand Oaks Post Office. And they stole a job again, 2007, October 5th, 2007, and May 2010 from the Royal Crown Plaza Hotel by LAX Airport from the fax line, 100 pages, stolen by a DCFS caseworker or an accomplice. And another one was supposed to be handed to her when she worked as a reader at the Psychic Eye Bookshop, and that was supposed to come to her in Sherman Oaks in 2010 summer, right before she was started there, and that was stolen. So they keep coming for her and being stolen. People answer with fraud leads and do plagiarism and cover up the communication of God and me, Jesus Christ. They are covering up, and Jesus, I prefer it's pronounced, but Nancy's saying it that way so the public understands, and that's how they know me, is Jesus Christ our Lord, the Son of God, and Nancy Fox is the other Son of God, and she is named the Daughter of God, is what they refer to her as. Nancy Gale Fox, the Son of God, born November 4th, 1959. The jobs and money were planned to hand to her when her psychic ability became apparent, and when she reached her higher consciousness, the highest height of it. And that happened in 2005 when she started doing her angel board as a hobby, and she got many crime tips in 2005 and has done this work diligently. She says for 8 years. It is really 8 years. She is always clairvoyant and psychic and has exact psychic dreams her whole life. But technically, we will say 7.5 years or 7 3/4 years. She is working very hard figuring out how they run top secret slavery. And she has figured it out brilliantly, but everybody is robbing her money she's making. They are robbing her job notices, her job assignments, and they are robbing the instructions from many leaders that are sent to her to ask her questions. And they are interfering with our communication. And we really need this resolved. She has figured it out, how they do it. The Antichrist has 1 billion people who work for him around the world. Many of them are people who just sit and lie on AIM all night and day, and they aim also on social networks such as Facebook. They aim lies all night and day, and they do this to ruin a person's life, to make them so stuck they call a not needed ambulance or fire truck to haul them off to slavery, to rape them to death. Then they remove their organs in surgery, and they do it by lying they are helping with fraud medical reports. So they will lie somebody needs heart surgery, they'll lie they need a mastectomy, they will tell any lie, and they order many clitoris removals. That is for the Antichrist, because they don't want people to have pleasure is the reason. And stupid people do this to virgins every day, and children and mothers and lovely young women who are modest. And they do this night and day and think it's needed. They are so stupid. They are so idiotic and stupid to fall for these stupid lying medical reports. No, and they don't even call and ask the person on the phone or ask their parents. It is so the person doesn't have pleasure for the Antichrist. They do mastectomies for their clown circus snuff set movies. And that is why they order all these surgeries. And that is why they call not needed fire trucks and ambulances. And it is to rape people to death. It is not just regular trafficking. Some of it is a small portion. It is horrific torture trafficking. It is raping repeatedly. They shoot people up with drugs and lie they took them that way or found them that way. And no, they did not. So they get them wasted, rape them to death, then lie they're used up crack whore, and traffic them in horrific, barbaric, bloody slavery, where they cut limbs off and pack kids in boxes and cut clitorises off with a sharp knife and put them in a bowl for men to walk by and sniff them. In their cavery, slavery underground, it is in rooms on a mattress on the floor. It is so disgusting and sickening. And then they laugh and lie, say, oh, they're all sold as medical research because we call them worthless by their hygiene in our reports. It is the sickest, heinous, murdering, raping, torturing, robbery ring in history. And it is run by many people who act corny, and they aim stupid expressions and say they're writing notes on their tablet and say people are lollygagging along or doodling along, walking somewhere, and they just make up stories night and day, rob their money so they can't pay a traffic ticket. Then they will set them up with a warrant or to a highway patrol for regular, mundane, or everyday traffic fines. And they will do this to handcuff them, so then their stings run and intercept it, and they handcuff them and take them to rape them to death and murder them in slavery. So who would know that somebody being pulled over for a traffic ticket could be raped and slaughtered? Nobody. And that's their secret system set up by the Antichrist, is he runs it by fooling government agencies. It is done with deception by the Homo sapien Ron Levine and his relatives, Randolph Levine, and Ron Levine's name could be Uncle Scotty, 6'8", and could be called a Beverly Hills tycoon at some point, or maybe could have had an office at Beverly Hills Hotel with Randolph Levine. They are murdering every day a mom and daughter, and if anyone catches them, they lie. They're investigating a murder case. No, they are the ones doing the murdering. They are the ones doing the torturing. They are the ones directing the snuff movies. They are the ones that are aiming and telling people what to do, and they are the ones who have a ring, who do counterfeit money, and they are the ones who do fraud files to courts and all government agencies. And they do it secretly. It is under LA County, and we're telling you where it is, and it's on Nancy's WordPress, where she types for us, and she puts it all together as a psychic detective also, and somebody who understands the law, and a 10-year real estate agent expert. So she's very knowledgeable and very wise, and puts it together on her WordPress, and has explained it around the world. If it reaches police and sheriff, they switch it out by their spies. Is they have I Spy and bugging on fax lines, phones, at police, sheriff stations, FBI, even the White House, even bug the Oval Office at some point, or still could. They bug the whole world and say they're top secret agent, human selling for population control of a worthless person. Well, nobody who is worthless, first of all, and they take suburb families with great incomes who pay taxes and who are great parents and frame them to kill them and kill their pets and steal their homes. It is plain old bloody murder and robbery, and it is done by an organized crime ring who plots it out. That is premeditated murder and premeditated rape and torture and premeditated kidnapping, and it is bank robbery in a conspiracy. And they do it all by aiming lies and pretending they're helping and acting kind. And that is how they do it, is by copy-pasting resumes and sending fraud files and brainwashing squads. 100 pull up in cars to lie about a nice mom. And in the olden days in the San Fernando Valley and in Santa Monica and in Mississippi and in other states, they would just plain old go in the 40s, in the 30s and 20s in the backyard and do this to the mom and the children. By 100 men, they would rape them. And they would say they're investigating. They say they're investigating top secret. No, the top secret are the killers. They are the kidnappers. They are the framers. They are the rapists. They are the perps. They are the lobotomy surgeons. They are the lawyers with fraud files robbing the person's money. That is plain old robbery and murdering, organized crime ring. Top secret. So they tell all of Congress, senators, mayors, governors, not mayors for some reason, Congress and senators and governors and police, sheriff and FBI and CIA, the real ones, and on. They tell all of them it's top secret. You can't know this information. No, it is top secret because they are serial killing. They are premeditated, cold-blooded killers. They are bank robbers. They are kidnappers. They are murderers, and they do it secretly so nobody knows the crimes they're committing. So it can't be a secret if they are murdering. So please, somebody, this must be public to the news. They also tell them it's top secret. They can't know. And what they say is, hush, hush, you can't know this. Ooh, it's ever so top secret. Ooh, we gotta keep a tight lid on it in LA County. That's what they say, so that people won't open the file and get the facts that children are underground, bloodied up, they call it. Bloody virgin gangbang, they call it. They take a 2-year-old from a crib, and they do it by putting remote molecules in the crib. They put microchips in people's coffee, baby formula, milkshakes maybe. They put microchips in coffee, and they do this so they can control them from sitting under their house, pressing levers to give them a headache, a neck, backache, ovary hurts. So then they'll go to the ER, then they can kill them and remove their organs and traffic them. Either a quarter lobotomy, an eighth, a third, or they're embalm their dead body. They murder people, and they have RN nurses who murder for them, who are not really nurses, and they will stick a needle in the back of a person's leg and put tape over their mouth and kill them and lie they couldn't help them. They murder people for slavery. They traffic them. They take them from surgery. They put molecules in coffee and sit underground and press levers so their ovaries will hurt. So they'll go to the gynecologist or the emergency room so they can kill them and traffic them in slavery. All they do is sit around and to frame people to ambulance and fire stations and capturing people by DCF and CPS and their medical spies and all their liar brigade spies, capturing people by fire trucks and ambulances by CPS is death. It is horrific death. Some might be lucky to be saved. They might be being trafficked for 10 years. They're usually snuffed at the end of 10 years. They are taken by stings. They are stings. They murder invisibly. And they murder by brainwashing. They murder by fraud files. They murder by bank robbing and to victimize a person, to make them a homeless, to call an ambulance. And that's how they murder. And that's what they do, is stress people out and try to make them flip out. And setting a person up to make them go crazy is also a felony. They flicker lights, put chemicals in coffee, food, and water. They steal mail. They steal money, hack the computer, ruin everything they're doing, and sit around saying they want them to flip out. They want them to freak out so they could call a not-needed ambulance fire truck to shoot them up with lithium. And they sit there doing this. That's a felony. To try to make a person go nuts is a felony. Flickering lights like a bad I shouldn't say Sunday, but, well, like a bad TV movie, like that old corny, TV movie, we'll call it, where they flicker lights and break in the attic and steal the mail and creep around to make the person freak out. And like a mom and dad divorcing or something, where he wants the house and moves across the street with a beautiful wife, that old story in a TV movie. That is a felony. They are immature killers. They are immature frauds, and they sit around and ruin life to haul a person to slavery by a fraud ambulance fire truck call. And they are killed instantly, often by a lithium shot, by a lethal injection. They are murdered and embalmed. They order embalming before they murder them, and while they are very alive and well and even productive and happy. They order embalming even before they robbed all their money. They order embalming. They order vagina tightening of children and of all females. That is for after they're raped to death by the 1,000 detectives, the men who lie, they're detectives rather. They are raped by 1,000 pigs. And they order to tighten their vagina to traffic them. And they order clitoris removal, ovary out. They remove organs. They do full hysterectomies on babies. And they do a lobotomy and traffic bodies. It is all to rape and torture and murder. And they do it secretly so nobody knows they're doing it. And they do it by framing lovely young daughters to mall security, any way to handcuff them, to take them underground, and then lie there helping the poor dear family. That's what they say. Oh, the poor dear lollygagging around. Oh, my. Oh, she can't do anything for herself. See my little log on my tablet? Oh, we're so worried. That's what they do to people who are dignified, successful career ladies, and nobody tells the person. Because if they told the person, they would say, excuse me, you're being a little disrespectful. You can't talk to me that way. I'm a very successful, productive, honest, law-abiding citizen. I'm a career lady who's very productive. What in the heck are you talking about? Who said that to you? That's what the response would be from these families, as they are hardworking Americans, and they earn the home they live in, and they earn their income, and they earn their SSI for when they retire, and they steal SSI also, and they steal child support income too. And then they lie other people are covering the family, and the people who they give the secret sting job assignment to are wasted or mean and are nothing they're talking about. And here they are doing this to this lovely, sweet, nice mom. So they do that all the time, and it is all to trick the system, to take them secretly by Hall of Records papers they get in the middle of the night by DCFS sneaks who break in Hall of Records or who lie they have sting CIA power. They might lie they're CIA, and they lie they're a marshal. They lie they're every title. They are con artist actors that murder. They do not do the job description at all. And that is how they do this, is by con artists who pretend they're a government worker. and they go to the Holo records and break in and get paperwork, and they change ID and change ages, and they do all kinds of Mickey Mouse stuff. They do not follow the law or the Constitution or the court system. They just copy, paste, and send off their files and say they're all neatly organized, all sweetened up with sugar on top. Look at their beautiful packaged up file. That's what they deliver, and that's a bunch of lies, and say, don't bother rechecking the tips. We did all the work for you. Don't bother researching it. It's ever so top secret, Mr. Policia, and they call them good old boy sheriffs, and they sit around and murder, and they are consciously killing with fraud papers to government agencies. And we keep giving these tips by Nancy Fox, our medium. It is on her 20 WordPresses, and it is on Criminal Mind Reading, her WordPress, and it is on all of her WordPresses, medium4jesusgod.com, mediumtogod.com, and many are on that one. As she knows, by when going on, she can see the little line going around, and she can see how many are on her WordPress. So she knows they're on there, and she knows they are paying money to her Medium for Jesus God at AOL PayPal, and she hasn't received that money. She knows how many are on there, and she sends it all around to raise money to stop slavery and to rescue the people that they've captured, who they're torturing and murdering. And so she has money is sent, $5 here and there, from kids, teens, moms, grandmas, all over the world. It is sent for Nancy Fox for her WordPress she sends out, emailing, and by contact forms, and the money is ripped off. And we're telling you this is money to save everybody's life. Is every single person is in danger, as you can't see them doing it because they're invisible.